This, my friends, is the childish leader of the Liberal Democrats, Sir Ed Davey. What's he been up to on this campaign trail? Has he been telling us all about the wonderful policies of the Lib Dems? No, he's spent his time doing silly, childish stunts with a dad bod, failing at all of them, and calling that electioneering. Do you know what? I don't really know what the Lib Dems even stand for. All I know is that they've got a leader who just does silly things in water parks and bungee jumps and whatnot. Let's take a look at what Ed Davey's campaigning has consisted of this election campaign. Can I just point out, politicians, wherever possible, seem to always wear suits when they're doing silly stunts, and he's trying to show that he is a normal person who goes and does fun stuff like normal people. Nobody goes to a theme park in a suit. Why are you there in a suit? Put on some jeans and a t-shirt if you want to look like a normal person. I don't get this. I see so many videos of politicians, out playing football with kids or whatever it is, and they're always wearing a sodding suit. Just put some normal clothes on if you're trying to look normal. I don't get it.
Yeah, that's fine. Yeah.
Wondering, does he fall off and fail at everything on purpose because it's funny, or is he genuinely this incompetent? I mean, he got on that paddleboard and he sort of fell off straight away, and trust me, when you see the rest of this video, he's failing at literally everything. He just stepped on there, fell off straight away. I mean, all it's giving me is the ick, I have to say. He's just failing at everything. He's incompetent. I mean, I know you're a politician. I know you're not a water sports enthusiast, but, I'd like someone to lead this country who can try a new sport and they're smart enough to be fairly competent at it, rather than just look like a complete fail. I mean, this just is not impressing me at all. Why did you fall off? Did you do that on purpose? Or are you just that incompetent that someone just taps your paddleboard slightly and off you go? I mean, these are quite stable, actually, these boards. I do teach paddleboarding. And he's just falling off straight away. I mean, you just look like an incompetent idiot with a dad bod. It's not really impressing me. It's not really making me want to vote with Lib Dem, I have to say. What is he doing? You're meant to be a politician. I don't care if you do the odd fun little thing. We've seen Boris Johnson going on a zip wire with his British flags before. That was quite funny, don't get me wrong. But when your entire campaign is you doing silly stunts, rather than actually telling us about your policies and why we should vote Lib Dem, I'm not that impressed. You just look like someone who is trying to avoid talking about your policies because you seem to have none of them. I mean, all that I get from all these silly water sports stunts is the one policy that they're annoyed about water companies like Thames Water pumping our rivers with sewage, which, trust me, I'm annoyed about. But I don't know about any of your other policies from all of this silly stuff. I mean, he's linking it to politics slightly, saying, oh, I'm doing this bungee jump because you should take a leap of faith and vote for the Lib Dems on Thursday. I mean, come on, it's just pathetic. If he was slightly competent in the silly stunts he'd been doing, I might be slightly impressed. But when you've got if he had a six-pack and he was competent at what he was doing, sure. When you've got some guy in a dad bod who can't even step on a paddleboard without just falling off, I'm not impressed. And, I don't understand why Ed Davey is still leader of the Lib Dems. After the post office scandal, I was like, surely this guy has to go. Surely this will kill the Lib Dems if they keep this guy, because he's got such a bad reputation now. I mean, the post office scandal, this was not something that was just the talk of the town in the Westminster bubble. I feel like everybody up and down the country felt extremely sorry for all of those postmasters, all over 700 of them, that were given criminal convictions because of people like Ed Davey, who was Postal Affairs Minister, doing nothing about it. He was getting these reports of the Fujitsu system having problems and having faults. Do you know what he did? Bugger all. Nothing. Didn't give a damn, like most people who were involved, who were higher up in the post office and clearly were the minister for it, as he was. They did nothing about it. This man is, partly guilty for the horrible things that happened to those postmasters who were wrongly convicted. The greatest miscarriage of justice in our time. Yet still, people are voting for this guy. And I just don't get it. We've just had our latest YouGov poll come out. Let me show this to you guys. So this here is the latest YouGov poll that's just come out today before the election. And Lib Dems apparently are going to get 72 seats. That's plus 61 seats. Really? When you've got Ed Davey, the man who is in big trouble because of the post office scandal, as your leader, right? I know that Keir Starmer and I know that Dishy Rishi are not very exciting options and people are annoyed with them as well. But really, you're voting for Ed Davey? A man who doesn't do anything when he's told that there's faults in the Fujitsu system and spends all of his campaign just doing silly little stunts trying to look cool, and it's really just not cool. I don't understand it. I really don't. Let's just take a look at some of the photos from Ed Davey's stunts. I genuinely could not believe how many of them that there were. It's insane. I mean, he's kept himself busy. Don't get me wrong. He is a busy man. Let's take a look at this. So, Ed Davey's photo stunts. So here we've got this one. He's at a water park doing a water aerobics class, this one. How feminine of him. He's really in touch with his feminine side, isn't he? Another paddleboarding picture. Oh, and guess what? He's falling off the board because he's incompetent. An assault course is the next one we've got. Okay, cool. You do you. The roller coaster. In a suit. Why are you in a suit? Take the suit off if you want to look normal. Although that being said, it covers up the dad bod a little bit better than some of the tight lycra stuff he's wearing in some of the other photos. Another example of him being in touch with his feminine side. He's got the flowery shorts on and he's doing paddleboard yoga. Another water park. He loves water parks. What's this one? Not a water park this time. A wheelbarrow race. Do you know what? I kind of would like politicians who are leading my country to be spending their time effectively doing important stuff. Not all of this silly shit. And who has time for wheelbarrow races? I'd love to do a wheelbarrow race. Do I have time in my life for that? No, because I've got priorities. No. Oh, and it goes on. I mean, does it ever end? This man has kept so busy with silly stuff rather than important stuff, and rather than helping victims of the post office scandal, clearly. Davey plays a lawn game in Fair Oak. Okay. Another water park. He loves them. He loves the water parks. So this one's a little bit different, shaking it up a little bit. Visits the Wimbledon ambulance station in London. He's washing an ambulance. What a great guy. And then this is the latest one, the bungee jump, where he says, take a leap of faith and vote for the Lib Dems on Thursday. I'm so bored of it. I'm so bored of it. Why is it that Reform are the only people who are vaguely attractive to vote for? Why am I left with the options of Rishi Sunak, who's boring as hell and has done absolutely bugger all, who has just allowed migrants, for example, to completely flood into this country in record numbers whilst saying, we're stopping the boats. What a load of lies. We've got Keir Flip-Flop Starmer. I don't think I even need to explain myself. You guys know how dull and boring he is and the bonkers stuff that Labour want to do. And then we got this bloke for the Lib Dems. Lib Dems usually the third option. And he's just doing silly stunts. It's ridiculous. I've had enough of it. Can we just have serious politicians that are competent, that are offering good policies and are vaguely trustworthy? Please, I beg. Let me know in the comments who you are going to be voting for tomorrow. I want to know. Are you going to stick with the Conservatives if you've been voting for them all your life? Or are you going to switch to Reform? Or are you going to vote Labour? Are you going to vote for this silly sod Ed Davey? I'll be disappointed if I hear that you are, but tell me anyway in the comments because I want to know. I'm Chloe Dobbs. This has been another video for Reasoned. Make sure you are subscribed to our channel if you are not already and that you press that notification bell so that you don't miss another video. I will see you very soon.
Have you got what it takes to be a reasoned presenter? Well, send us a short clip of yourself to join@reasoned.uk and we might be seeing you on this very channel very soon indeed.